The Swedes have been long known for their military craft, so it is not at all surprising that the descendants of the Vikings continue to create effective weapons that today help Ukrainians defend their native land. Since the beginning of Russia's full-scale invasion, Sweden has transferred various types of weapons to Ukraine, which have already proved useful. Watch this video to learn more about the best Swedish combat vehicles available to the armed forces of Ukraine.
It is one of 8 Archer systems delivered to Ukraine by Sweden, and it has finally arrived for the first real battle test in the harsh conditions of eastern Ukraine. Let's see what the crew has to say about it.
Before our training trip, my friend told me this was the best thing in artillery that was ever invented. And now I realize he was right. This is a very technologically advanced machine. It may very well be ahead of its time. It is very maneuverable. The deployment time is 30 seconds. This is the best indicator among self-propelled artillery systems. I believe that the Archer is a sniper howitzer. It hits straight on target, not aiming in squares, but directly into it, literally in 1 to 2 shots.
One of the requirements for an Archer's gunner position is an office classic, moderate computer skills. But it's not just the crew who had to go through a 2-month express course. Out of around 100 soldiers, 70 were engineers who had to be prepared to maintain these complex systems. Yuri's favorite feature is the automation. The crew doesn't have to leave the armored cabin when on a mission at all. Theoretically, it could be operated by just one person. That, as well as the 30-kilometer range with a standard shell, makes it a state-of-the-art system.
The Swedish Stridsvagn 122 is one of the world's most advanced main battle tanks. It's an improved version of Leopard 2A5, and it has been in service in Ukraine for over half a year. Although only 10 of such tanks were delivered to Ukraine, they have been doing a massive amount of work on the battlefield.
It's a breaching tank. We approached the invaders at 400 meters. As soon as they see us, they run away.
As previously mentioned, the Stridsvagn is a modified Leopard produced by Sweden. If it weren't for Barracuda camouflage, they would be very hard to distinguish one from another. So, how are they different?
Just like with Swedish cars, like Volvo and Scania. It's the same as with this tank. It differs from the German one in that it has reinforced armor. It is safer. We have already been hit near Makiyivka. We were hit twice in the front, and we survived. The hatches are stronger. The armor is thicker. And it moves well. It's maneuverable.
So does this additional armor give you more confidence on the combat mission?
It gives you a good feeling because you realize that you're protected. Of course, it won't protect you from everything, but it is what it is.
Some might say that we are riding the best infantry fighting vehicle ever made. Some might disagree. Nevertheless, it's a Swedish Strv 90 or CV90, and I'm very interested to hear how it performs on the Ukrainian battlefield.
It was hit by a Lancet, but it withstood. Similarly, we had a CV90 hit by an anti-tank mine. It was hit right in the side of the tracks, and the vehicle also withstood. The crew came out, of course, a little shell-shocked, but alive. And What's the most important thing here? It's life.
Порівняно з БМП копійка.
In comparison, the PMP-1 that we used to work on was a tin can, and the CV90 is a reliable, good machine. What's special is that the Russians put an extra large target on our backs. On these particular vehicles, as well as the Leopards and Archers, the Russians will deploy a T-90M breakthrough when they notice a CV on a combat mission.
One of the key features of the CV90 is its modular design, which allows for easy adaptation to various roles and missions. The most common is the AFV option, which is to transport fighting infantry safely across the battlefield. It is also this variant that has been delivered to Ukraine. According to the crew, it performs great with tasks like long-range attacks, fire support, assault missions, delivery of the assault troops, and wounded evacuation. Adding to that, it's quite easy to operate.
Can a regular person drive CV90?
Може.
Sure, if I show you where the toggle switch is and how to turn it on, it has an automatic transmission. You can turn it on and drive.
Swedish designs never disappoint. CV has been around since the 90s and it still looks very cool. Although, of course, being cool is not its primary goal. Also, you may notice this Saab Barracuda camouflage system. It's a very interesting technology. It hides infrared and thermal traces besides providing visual concealment.
We work mostly at night, and we are barely seen in night vision cameras. If we're shooting at a target directly, we also have night vision. We have a laser to measure the distance to the target, and we can work from there. Basically, for us, there's no difference whether it's night or day.
The 40mm autocannon on the CV is a powerful tool, and the units here have taught themselves to maximize its use. For example, to perform indirect fire at targets up to 7 kilometers away, something they didn't learn from their Swedish instructors. All of these features definitely put CV90 among the top-ranked IFVs.
As you can see, Swedish combat vehicles receive many positive reviews from Ukrainian soldiers. They are reliable assistance in difficult conditions on the battlefield and help expel invaders from Ukrainian land. Sweden continues to help Ukraine, and we are very grateful for this. Who knows, maybe our next video will include feedback from Ukrainian pilots about the Swedish Gripen aircraft.